Welcome to Bode's Edmonton real estate market update for March 2023. This video is going to show you what's happening in the overall Edmonton property market, and then I'm going to show you where you can find all of the same data for supply and demand and pricing in your local neighborhood. So let's dive in. First, we're going to take a look at the number of new listings to come to market each month in Edmonton for the last 5 years. So here we're looking at the greater Edmonton area. And you can see in February, the yellow line shows you that new listings in the end of February were down about 2% versus the average of the last 5 Februarys. So new listings about typical for this time of year, certainly down versus 2022, which is a strong year, but about typical. On the other side of the spectrum, if we look at sales, you can see that sales are down 8% versus the average of the last 5 years. But really, that's driven heavily by the outlier years of 2021 and 2022, the green and pink lines, which saw very high numbers of sales for February. If you compare it to the pre-pandemic years, there's actually more sales in this February 2023 than there were in the pre-pandemic years. So market's definitely slowing down due to the interest rate rises over the last year, but not as far down as many other cities around Canada. So Edmonton's still doing okay, and certainly okay versus pre-pandemic years. If we take a look at overall inventory, so the total number of homes for sale on MLS right now, inventory is down about 11%. Versus the average of the last 5 years. You can see, again, a little bit higher than this time in 2022 and 2021. So slightly more homes for sale versus those years, but fewer than the pre-pandemic years. So again, a kind of mixed story here. Not as strong as the past 2 years in terms of that lack of inventory, but less inventory than the pre-pandemic years, which is, again, helping Edmonton's pricing situation, obviously with not a lot of homes for sale and reasonably strong sales activity. That's going to help push prices up. And that's exactly what we've seen in the most recent months. So this chart here shows you what's happened to property prices in Edmonton over the last 17 years. And you can see since the pandemic, prices have gone up quite a lot. Most of the last year has seen prices coming down, however. But in the most recent month, prices picked up by almost 1%, up by 0.8% month over month, but they're still down 5.9% year over year. So a lot of those gains that were made in 2021 and perhaps early 2022 have been wiped out, but certainly prices in a better place than they were pre-pandemic. But all of these dynamics really differ depending on which part of the city you're in and what kind of property you have. So apartments versus detached homes versus semi-detached. So it's really important that you take a look at what's happening in your local community. And you can do that all for free on bode.ca. We've got 3 great tools for you there that you can check out. The first one's called Market Data, and that's where you can see all of the exact same supply and demand and pricing trends, but for your specific community and property type. So check that out on our market data page. We also have a sold data page where you can look up the sold price and all the pictures from any home that's sold in Alberta over the last 13 years. And finally, we've got a third tool called Comparables, where you can put in a few details of your home and we'll return the most similar active listings as well as the most similar recently sold listings. So you can get a really good feel for what your home is worth in today's market. So check all of that out at bode.ca, and we'll see you again next month. Thanks.